Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another video on checkersTV channel. On this channel already you can find some analysis of the games, but of course my level is not the world's top level. But from time to time I will try to invite some guests on this level. And this time my guest is Grandmaster International from Netherlands, Martijn van IJzendoorn. Hello Martijn.
Hello Damian.
It's really nice to see you here, and we are just after the important international tournament held in China. Lishui Open, Xintai Open, how it is called?
Lishui Open. Yeah, there were two tournaments in China this year, but I went to Lishui last week.
And you are already a specialist in winning this tournament because you have won it for the second time in a row. That's right?
Yes, that's right.
Huge congrats on that, because in the defeated field you left such players like Guntis Valneris, world champion 1994, five-time world champion Alexander Schwarzman, and the current world champion Yuri Anikeyev. How do you feel with that? So you already feel like the world champion level?
That's what I'm trying to get, the world title. But yeah, it felt really good. Especially it was very tight. We all had 4 wins, but I had a little bit better stroke off. But of course, I was 1 point behind till the last round, and then I won a very important game against Zhang. And yeah, it was so tough to win that game. But when I won that game, it felt really good. So yeah, I'm really happy with the result.
It's really difficult to win the must-win games, yeah, the final rounds. But if you succeed on this, then you improve your place in the tournament. So it requires focus, it requires maximum level of play, and after the exhaustion of the entire tournament, sometimes it's not easy. And I admire such players that can win the last round and that way win the tournament, because this is the best way of performance in my opinion. So big congrats on that. This series is about in my head, so we as the viewers, me as the person who is running this interview, want to find out what is in your head. What do you feel? How do you prepare for the game against the opponent? What was your preparation before this last round of this tournament?
So it started like in the 8th round. I just played a draw against a Chinese player, a strong young Chinese player, and yeah, what I usually notice is they play just normal moves and they try not to do too many risky things, and this is what makes it very hard to beat such an opponent. And when I heard the pairings, I was first like very happy that I had like a chance to beat my opponent. But when I got into my preparation, I was watching some games, and as the longer the more I watched the games of Zhang, the more I thought like, how am I going to beat her? Like, it was very tough. She played very well against also the other grandmasters, so I had no idea what to do. So I was just preparing and I was looking into openings, what I could play against her, and then I found this beautiful opening that I had against her on the board. And I don't know what it was, but for some reason I felt that this opening could happen on the board because it's a little bit solid and not too risky for her. But I had exactly the same position 7 years ago against Anton van Berkel, and at some point I played a very risky plan, which is hard to understand if you have never seen it. And that's also what happened on the board. And it didn't go exactly that way, but I had a position where I could surprise her a little bit, and it worked out really well in the end. I had a really nice win.
I can't wait to see it with this description. And from time to time, I will interrupt you with some questions from outside the game because we are slowly getting to the World Championship matches. And those matches will be held in Netherlands in the second part of December. And we have two matches played there. The men's match, which is between the current world champion Yuri Anikeyev and the pretender, your close friend, Grandmaster International Jan Groenendijk. And the second one is a females match. Then Ukrainian Victoria Matrychko is playing against Daria Tkachenko representing Netherlands. What are your predictions about the result of those matches?
Well, there are also very tight matches. I mean, Jan versus Anikeyev could end in 12 draws. It could be that some player will be very tired after some couple of games and makes mistakes. Everything can happen, but I believe that Jan is in such a good form that he will win that match. That's what I believe. And for the women's match, yeah, there are two players with completely different styles. Victoria is very theoretical. Also, I like her. I like her style. It's solid, but also with very nice ideas. And Daria is a little bit more riskier player, I think. So it's a nice clash, I think. But I think Victoria has a better style for the match to win it. So
Victoria and Jan.
Yeah.
Victoria and Jan, according to what Martin van Eisendorn says. And after this game, we will have some surprise for you because we will tell you about new product, new thing from Martin, and also I will give you some special offer. We are close to Black Friday on the shop on checkersTV, but this will be after the game. So, Martin, show us the game between you and Zhang, how it was played.
Yes. So can you see the game already?
Yes.
The screen? Okay, so I played with the black color and she played with white.
So just to have the right order, I will flip the board and so viewers now see it from your side. Yeah?
Okay. So I played with black and she played with white, and I knew that she was going to play 32-28 because I've seen that in many games. And yeah, I prepared the following opening for her. So 1923. This is all very normal. You see this a lot. And yeah, with black you can continue in any kind of way. You can play, for example, 70-21. You can just play 5-10. They're all just possibilities. But I played 16-21, and the idea was to play the following: 35-30, 20-25, like that. And this is the position that I thought that could happen. And black is surrounding, white is attacking, and it can become very sharp. But when I was thinking, when I was preparing for this game, I was also thinking like she was in third place, I was fourth, and for her draw is enough. So I was already thinking like, what's a solid move here? And then I thought about 47-41, and this is exactly a game that I also played 7 years ago against Anton van Berkel, and yeah, I just continued like this, and nothing too crazy going on. But in that game, I also found a really nice idea, just to I don't know how to really say it, so I'm just going to show it. So 5-10. These are just quite normal moves, and now she's going to attack. and if I just let her exchange those pieces on the right wing, then nothing will happen for me. It's just she can just play easy moves, and a normal move is, for example, 14, 19. Um, but I think after this move, just white will somehow attack on 29 every time, and yeah, nothing exciting will happen for me. That's what I thought. So I had to create something in this position. Sorry. So I played 13-19, and this looks like a really like a bad move, because you never want piece 10 hanging. But at the same time, I thought, like, I have an extra defender, and usually I would say that that the white wing is not so good at this moment, and that is because piece 31 is not there. So I will try to exchange here a little bit sometimes, and attack on the light left white wing. Um, but now it's very difficult to explain how that happens. So let me just show some moves. So this was the plan. So 30-25, just playing, and it continued like this. But let me first show you the game against Van Berkel. So I played 11-16, just changed in order of moves. 40, like that. So now there's already a threat with 27, 21, 28, 23. So black has to make a plan, and the plan I chose was 18-22, and this is a good move because now I will try to make the Olympic formation, and sometimes try to put pressure on that wing by just exchanging here, or uh, or just build this block and put pressure on 27. So the game continued like this. I just developed my pieces, and suddenly I've already a lot of pressure on piece 27. And white thought that he could avoid 12-17. And if I play 12-17 right now, then white has a small combination, and white is winning. But I prepared a nice sacrifice with 24-29 and this, and now white cannot prepare the king shot. So white also sacrificed a piece because I'm threatening to exchange here, and I quickly won, actually, because now there's a threat. If you exchange like this, then black will break through because the white wing is too weak. So white gave one piece back, but I just simply won.
With a
And
breakthrough.
yeah, and white gave up.
So this
So
example shows really nice how it is worth to put a lot of work on one game because you can use the same ideas in the other game.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. So that was the idea of 1319. So to yeah, somehow put pressure on the left wing. It's now not really visible, but if you play some moves, then of course you understand what I mean with that. Um, but in the game against Zhang, something else happened. So like that, and now white exchanged to 23 instead of playing to 27, for example. So she exchanged. This is very solid. And when she did that, I was like, I didn't really plan that. So now I had to actually make a new plan. So this is what I did. I just exchanged because I cannot do anything with piece turn 3. So just developing pieces. And now there's another important moment. She played 34-30. And yeah, what she actually wants is just to exchange that piece and then just develop her own piece. And this is just slightly better for black, but nothing too exciting. So I was thinking like, yeah, I can't just let her exchange all those pieces because then I'm not going to win. So what I did was very risky. I played 13-19 and I just let my piece on 10 hang again. While I actually could develop it, but at that moment I thought like, okay, I have to do something to create some weaknesses or create chances. So uh, for me during the game there was only one move to do that, so I played 13-19.
So
So
this
white exchange.
13-19 was the move of the game, and maybe that way of also the move of the tournament. You
Yeah, I
should
think so.
gain some spectacular trophy, especially for that.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So white wants to develop his pieces to the left, and normally you would like to play 38, 32, just to develop piece on 49. But now that's not possible because I have a small shot, and black wins the game. So white decided to exchange to 31, just made some moves, and now she played 39-34. And this move is played because white is going to play for some nice trick, and that's also because my piece on 10 is hanging. So I played 3-9, and now 31-27. Um, yeah, this is not a really good move because now I will exchange the piece. So let me show you a better move. 31-26 is a little bit better because white is going to prepare a nice shot. So now 32-28, 32, 38-32. And now I was preparing to sacrifice my piece and just attack.
So
And
that was your prepared counter plan for this plan.
yeah, this was my prepared counter plan because 7-12 is not possible because of the shot. And white wins the game. And this is just equal position, but still I have chances to create some difficulties for her. But in game, she played to 27, and now I can just exchange her piece and attack her wing. And now it's getting a little bit difficult for her because I can easily move my pieces to the left wing of white. But white has no like combinations, cannot play for any combinations, and at some point she can only attack on 29. But that's actually what I want because then I can develop my piece on 10. So now I have a little bit of advantage. She attacked my piece. If she just waits, then I can also just wait, and I make my formation. And this I can always use to infiltrate on 28. And I will just do that when she attacks. So then I will try to infiltrate there with a better position for me.
Making from attacking block on the left side, from the black side, just the weak pieces, yeah?
Yeah, exactly. So 34-29. I just play 8-12. And yeah, now
10 is finally
my
gone.
now my pieces are nicely developed, and I'm also like trying to prepare an attack like on 27 and gain all the important squares. So she has to come up with a plan. She played 48, 42. I played to 27 here, and the situation on the clock was I had like 2 minutes, she had like 6 minutes, and at this moment I had to, yeah, find the best move to continue here, and uh, I did not really see a forced win. So with few seconds on the clock, I just played 16-21, and I thought this was the best move. But in reality, 17-21 is a much better move because White has to continue like this, and now she has to find yeah, maybe the only move. I'm not pretty sure, but it's the best way to get a draw is just to play 25-20, and it looks like White is going to sacrifice a piece, but White will just prepare an attack here, and it's a little bit of a weird situation because usually when you're one piece down, you're actually losing, and White didn't break through yet through the black wing, but actually there's like just an unstoppable attack. So yeah, the situation is that those two pieces will break through, and these two pieces will just stop those three pieces, and that is why the position is a draw. But it's very hard to uh, evaluate this with one piece less. There is also like a problem if you play 21-26. You can exchange, and now, for example, if you play 34-30 just to prepare a breakthrough, then black wins just to attack the piece, and just a nice shot, and black is winning this end game. So you have to play 35-30 and break through slowly.
But what is worth to notice, you meant it, you had 2 minutes, she had 6 minutes, but it was played with the tempo where you have 90 minutes to make 45 moves, and after 45th move you get additional 30 minutes plus 30 seconds per move to
No,
finish the
this is during most World Cup tournaments, but this World Cup tournament was played with 60 minutes on the clock, and for every move you get 30 seconds.
Oh, okay,
So
okay.
there's not a second time control. So we only
Okay.
play with every time additional 30 seconds. So uh, yeah,
So you
it's
were not under
going
such a
much
big.
faster than usual.
Okay, okay. I didn't know
Yeah.
that. So the time pressure was a little lower on you that time, yeah?
Lower, but yeah, I don't know how to say. We have less time, but uh, I get every time like 30 seconds additional time. But like around move 45, I don't have to like hurry. Just but it's less time. We play with less time, so I don't know if it's better for me or.
Yeah, hard to say.
Worse. Yeah, hard to say. But yeah,
Pluses,
this was
minuses.
one of the only draws that you could make like after these two moves. So this was much better.
No.
Also 1823 is a nice move, and she can only play this, and uh, yeah, black still has a lot of advantage. Uh, but okay, I thought that 1621 was the best move. uh, sh- yeah, it was the game continued like this, and now she made a really big blunder. She played 43-39, and yeah, here I prepared a really nice shot. I was very excited when I saw this move. So she had to actually play 40-34, and yeah, this will be a draw. Still better for black, but it will be a draw. But after this, I immediately played 7-22, and she realized here that the position was losing because she played 42-37. And after 39-34, I prepared a very nice shot. So I gave three and give two. went to king, and I hit 4 pieces.
Impressive, yeah.
That's how I wanted to win the game, but unfortunately she saw it. But I had
That would
another
be
nice shot.
spectacular finish of the tournament, yeah.
Yeah, that would be absolutely spectacular. So after 42, I also had a nice shot. So less spectacular, I would say, but also winning.
Yeah, with a
So
breakthrough.
yeah, and I won the game. Yeah, and yeah, she gave up.
Very, very nice way, and it shows how necessary is a good opening preparation and good attitude for a game. And if you want to win, you must create chances. You must give your opponent a chance to make a mistake or a blunder. It's like in a football, yeah. You must shot on the goal and give the goalkeeper a chance to make a mistake, yeah, to let it in. And it's
Yeah.
the same in drafts. Really nice game. You have something more for us, but before that, as I promised, we have some additional information for you. Last year, it was your great record, or even year before when it was?
It was last year. Last year September, I went for the world record attempt, Simo, clock Simo against 50 players, and
50
the previous
players
record
playing
was
with a
on.
clock. Amazing.
Yeah, the previous record was against 45 players. This attempt was done in 2015 by Alexander Georgiev,
Hmm.
and I went straight to 50. And I broke that record that day. So to break the record, you need a score of 70%. So in my case, that was just 70 points out of 100. And I don't know what happened, but I felt really good that day. And I had a score of 88%, and I didn't lose any game. So it went really well, really well for me.
Are there any requirements about the level of your opponents?
There is so on average you have to there has to be some kind of level. Uh, you cannot just put like friends of yours in that time. Also, yeah, there needs to be like some kind of level during that day.
So that way, Martin van
And
Eisendorn has beaten 10-time world champion Alexander Gorgiev on this thing. And congrats on this. It's a huge
yeah.
achievement, of course. And it ended in writing some book. And maybe this is not only about that, but please share with the audience what you have written.
Yeah, so I promised to write a book if I would break the world record, and I did. From this year, I started writing about my games and experiences during that day, and this resulted like in a book. It came out in September, and also the nice thing about the book is that it's not only about draughts games which I analyzed, but also about the stories from the spectators. So during that day, there were also like some kind of some high school friends who don't know anything about draughts, but they were also watching the games, and they just described like what was their view like during the day. They had no idea what was happening, so it was very funny to read about that experience, but also of course the experience from Jan Groenendijk and Jitse Slump and some people from my club. All those experiences are also in this book, so that makes it, I think, more special to read. So yeah, I'm very happy about the results of the book.
Is it possible somehow for the viewers to get this book from you?
Yeah, they can write me a DM on Instagram, for example, or and I will just send them all the details what to do.
It's really nice position to have for the drafts collectors, and not only, I think, because finding what is in the head of breaker of such a record must be really interesting, and I want some book for me. I will try to translate it from Dutch language, because I assume it is in Dutch. Yeah, you can find the Martijn's Instagram just below his camera. Feel free to write him. And the second special offer today is, of course, the fact that we are closer and closer to Black Friday, and right now you can buy the courses from me, Simple Checkers in American Checkers 8x8, and from Yuri and Ikeyev, the 1-hour course to have some introduction to this beautiful game of 10x10 international drafts. You can get it 80% off with the coupon NOV80. You can find it in the description, and the link to buy the courses in the description. But soon, maybe in the future, we'll find some interesting course, not only for beginners, but maybe some intermediate or master level on checkersTV from Martijn van Eijzendorp. What do you think about that in the future?
I'm actually thinking about making a course. So yeah, who knows?
And we are trying to bring all over the world to this place to unite the checkers and drafts community. It will be the great platform to sell it, so fingers crossed, and we can agree on preparing something. So that was the entire game that we analyzed, but you also prepared for us a position.
Yeah, so I had this position in the second round against Mitrovic, a young Latvian youth player. Who is also competing in the youth European Championships and World Championships. So I knew who I played against, and I had a familiar opening for me. Like I played it a lot of times already, but despite my knowledge about this opening, my opponent played really well, and I had this position with the black pieces against him, and with just little time, I saw that I could make a nice forcing. The only thing is that I saw that it didn't win. So the forcing is like 21, 26. You have to play 43, and now I just attack on 31. White can only play to 22, and now I have like two ways to make a combination. So with 8-12, and now with 12-17, 4-10, I go to 45. But I saw that this combination was just a draw, and somehow when you see that, you're always like a little bit frustrated. So you hope that it's winning, but actually it's not winning, and you know it. So you have to find something else. And also from the other side, I could take the combination to 45, but also this position is a draw because white is going to king as well. So I was a little bit frustrated. I couldn't find a nice plan, and then in a moment I saw a nice trick. So I went for it. 39, 33, 12, 18. And now I thought like, okay, most logical move is 33, 28. But this move is somehow prohibited. It's not winning, but it doesn't look nice for white. So this is like the continuation that white has to go for. Has to go for. Better for black, but it's draw. But of course not so pleasant for white. So what I was thinking, like, okay, normal move is 36, 31, just to exchange, and position is still better for black, but it will be a draw. But instead of attacking on 26, I prepared a nice sacrifice. So with 14-20 and 18-22, and now I tricked white in this position. So I'm threatening with 21-27, and the only thing white can do is play 32-28. But now I break through, and this was winning for me. So I quickly won after just a few moves, and just out of a position where yeah, I couldn't really win. I just played for a trick and I won that game. So this turned out really nice as well.
Well, this move wasn't played, but we can just show
Yeah.
to people how would it end with capturing so many pieces, because the king in international drafts is so powerful. Yeah, really nice example, and it proves that the title for you was fully deserved. And Martin, this year 2024 is slowly coming to an end. I know that your dream probably would be to play one more tournament this year, that actually your friend Jan Groenendijk is playing. But can you please tell us what are your sport drafts plans for the next year, 2025?
Yeah. So during this year, I made a big decision. So I was beginning of the year. I was studying. I was working, and I was playing drafts. And I felt during the tournaments that I wasn't really playing on my level. On the level I wanted to play. So I had to make a decision, and I chose to just fully focus on drafts uh, from September, and also with the goal to get finally that world title that I always wanted to have. So that is definitely my goal for 2025. Uh, which will be probably in Cameroon.
Yeah, that was the topic that I wanted to ask you about, because World Championship 2025 was scheduled to be in Cameroon. You already have experienced some not such a good tournaments. Maybe you can share something with us in Abidjan. That was 2019, as I remember. You told me the story, so I know it well, but maybe viewers don't know it. And what are your feelings about organizing another World Championship tournament in Africa?
Yeah, it's always a little bit exciting, like how it will be, because yeah, in Ivory Coast, let's say not everything turned out very well. Uh, yeah, with the organization, and at some point we had uh, like a crazy situation that we actually wanted to play, but playing hall was closed because the hotel wasn't paid, and there was like a big yeah problem because we were just stopped from playing, and yeah, there were not so nice situations happened there, and um, yeah,
Military closed you in the hotel, right?
sorry.
The military closed you in the hotel. You was
Yeah,
not
yeah, in
allowed
the
to
end as
leave it.
well. So we just had the closing ceremony. People wanted to go to the airport to catch their flight, and we were just like hold by the military in the hotel, and it was a very strange situation. And yeah, such situations, of course, never should happen. I don't know if it happened like in the past, but I really hope it will not happen in the future anymore. But uh, yeah, of course, uh, when you hear that it will be held like in Cameroon, you always think back about that kind of experience, and uh, yeah, I really hope that the organizers and the people from the FNG Day have learned about the situation, and I hope it will be better in Cameroon. But let's see about that.
We thought that it will be better on Caribbean during the Willemstad Curacao tournament. I think it's enough of learning on tournaments and hoping that another one will come with conclusions from the previous one, and there is always a new conclusion to make, and
Yeah,
etc. And we are just waiting for the nice tournament. What I what I am really afraid from the promoting side. I think that such countries, with all due respect, can't deliver the level of promotion and the broadcast transmissions, the video materials that we must make. We must make and use our chances that we create, because we have the events that are organized with the big amount of money, big amount of time, big team including, and we must use it. We don't have a time to waste on promoting drafts and creating the better environment for the players and for the federations, for everyone. And this is something that I'm really, really afraid of.
Yeah, yeah. When we were in 2019, there was no live broadcasting. There were no live games, so it's very difficult to promote draws when there are no live games. And I don't know if it's not possible, or if it's just because the organization is like they don't think about it. I don't know what it is, but we have to show the games like on the highest level. It's very important to get that attention from the world.
Yeah, and just to use the power of the promotion of drafts, I hope that upcoming matches will deliver us a lot of emotions, and official broadcast of the organizers will be organized, and I hope they will not have anything against also broadcasting those matches here on checkersTV, because we are here to create the world content, world top level content, as Martin van Eisendorn was top world level player. And dear viewers, if you would like to see more videos like this one, please leave a comment who you would like me to invite. Leave the thumb up if you like this kind of content. And Martin, thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much for your precious knowledge about the game, about the preparation. Always such videos are a great portion of experience of other players on the level that's probably I will never achieve. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Damian.
Take care and see you in another video. Don't forget to subscribe, and see you in another one. Bye bye.
Bye.
Click on one of the recommended videos to watch the best on the checkersTV channel. Visit checkers.tv to find the best courses, information and news from the checkers world.